mist on the mountain's brow, whispers from long ago. Hear the song of the city calling you to the sea. The ancient kings return, a timeless fire burns. The heart of air calls beyond the waterfalls.
There was a family who lived on a stretch of land the parish always said was odd ground. Not cursed, not haunted, just the kind of place where the past sits close to the surface. Tom, the father, was a stubborn man, the sort who believed a boy should learn the land before he learned the letters. So whenever there was work to be done, he kept his son, young Michael, home from school. The mother, Bridget, hated it. She'd watch the other children walk the road with their slates and books while her own lad trudged behind his father with a sack over his shoulder. But Tom would only grunt, and the trouble didn't end at home. Every time Michael returned to school, the teacher would stand over him with the roll book open, tapping the missed days with her finger. But the worst of it came from the priest. He checked the roll book every Friday, running his thumb down the list like a judge reading out sentences. And when he reached Michael's name, he'd sigh loudly enough for the whole room to hear. Michael would sit there, cheeks burning, wishing the floor would swallow him. Bridget knew the priest's words cut deep. She knew the teacher's disappointment weighed on him, and she knew the boy was caught between two worlds, the future she wanted for him and the past his father refused to let go of. But all of that changed the day Tom brought the boy to the far field, the one with the mass rock. The parish had an old story about that rock, one Bridget had heard as a girl, one she never repeated in front of her son. They said a priest had been shot mid-mass there during penal times, that he fell across the stone, chalice spilling, the bell ringing once as he died. They said the people scattered into the bracken, leaving him where he fell, and they said the land never forgot the sound of that bell. Tom didn't believe any of it. He called it parish nonsense. But he still never liked working that part of the field. That morning the air was still. No wind, no birds, just the scrape of tools and the boy gathering stones. Then it happened. A single clear bell rang out across the field. Not a cowbell, not a handbell, not a child's toy. A mass bell. The kind rung at the consecration. Tom froze. Michael dropped the stones he was carrying. The bell rang again. 3 slow measured chimes. Exactly like the elevation. Michael whispered. Tom's face went white. He grabbed the boy by the arm. Bridget heard the bell from the cottage and came running, her shawl flying behind her. But Tom cut her off. That night, Michael woke to the sound of the bell again. Faint, distant, but unmistakable. He told his mother, and she believed him. The next morning, Tom walked his son to school himself. He didn't say a word. He didn't look toward the mass rock, and he never again kept the boy home for farm work. Michael never missed another day. And when the priest checked the roll book the following Friday, he paused at the boy's name, surprised to see a clean line of attendance. Tom only said he'd glance toward the far field then, just once, and look away quickly, as if afraid the bell might ring again. Years passed. Michael grew up, finished school, and went on to become a teacher himself. The kind who never shamed the child for missing a day, and never judged the family for the weight of their struggles. He knew the value of education. He knew what it had saved him from, and he knew that some children carry burdens no roll book can show. But he never told a soul about the day the bell rang at the Mass Rock. Not his wife, not his own children, not even the priest who replaced the old one. Some stories, he felt, were better left in the field where they happened, and the land, for its part, never rang the bell again. And look, stories like this weren't dreamed up last week. They came from the mouths of children who lived through hard times, written down in the 1930s when the school sent them home with copybooks and told them to gather the old tales before they vanished. There's always a lesson tucked inside them, sometimes about the land, sometimes about the people, and sometimes about the things we don't talk about at all. And that's what the Bog Signal is here for, to bring you more of these strange little truths from the past, the ones that still have something to teach us today. So keep an eye out for the next one. You never know what the land will whisper to us next. Thanks for listening, and may the road rise to meet you, unless it's the old bog road. Bye for now.
Where ancient spirits softly tread, and mossy stones hold what was said. A whispered tale upon the breeze, through haunted wells and sacred trees. The signal from the old lands calls, the Bog Signal speaks.